Welcome to the Buck and Bass Ranch, folks. We're going to see if we can get on a hog with a spear, so stick with me. I'm baited, we are ready to go. Well, there you go. It's not as easy as it looks. Darn it. Close. It's trying to get, there's one real young boar in there, and that's really the one I was trying to get. Just missed him. Oh well. Until next time, fun. I'll go sharpen my spear and sharpen my aim. So,
folks, welcome back to A Sportsman's Life. Jeff, that was pretty doggone close with that spear. Hold that spear up.
Yeah, that hog hunting with a spear, folks, is not something that's very easily done. As much as I've practiced, it's a difficult thing to do. I mean, you can be pretty good at throwing a spear, but that's how it is. Now, I was using my other spear for that last video, but we're going to try this again tonight.
We have a plan, like always. Our plans don't always work out just like we plan, but we have a lot of fun trying. There are probably much easier things to do than to go kill your evening meal with a spear. But I think Jeff's going to get one. We're going to see. He's going to have the camera, and we're going to take you with us. Now this is an air gun that you've seen us use. This is a Seneca Dragon Claw, a 50 caliber air gun, PCP air gun. But what you've seen us do is use air bolts with it, air bolts tipped with a broadhead. I have never killed a hog with a bullet with the Dragon Claw. You know, the Texan I've used for many years. But this one generates over 200 foot-pounds of energy. It's got plenty of oomph to down a hog with a shot placement like I'm going to make it behind the jaw here. It's going to be close. I'm going to be close enough to make that kind of shot with it. So I have all the confidence, Jeff, that this Seneca Dragon Claw is going to down the hog if it so happens that they come in.
We know the bolts work. I've killed a javelina with that gun.
Yes.
I've killed a couple hogs with that gun using the bolt. So I'm eager to see you shoot. What do we got here? You're shooting.
Yeah, this is the Air Venturi 210 grain, basically just a solid lead bullet, 210 grain, 50 caliber. Yeah. Going about, I don't know, I haven't chronographed this, but you know, going 700 plus feet per second. It ought to put the hog. We should be eating pork tomorrow.
Let's hope so.
Here I am already butchering a hog, and we haven't seen one yet. But we've seen them a lot on our stealth trail cameras. A lot of them coming in.
Those stealth cam cameras are awesome, and there's hogs coming in on one of these feeders every night, every morning. We actually snuck down there. We put a chair down there and some shooting sticks. Kind of dump some corn in the area, and Luke's going to be hunting there. And I'm going to head to the east side of the property, and of course we're going to give the spear a try. So we got a lot of fun coming up this evening.
We do, Jeff, and you're going to film your operation with the spear. We have no earthly idea whether we're going to kill a hog or not. You never know. But I'm going to film this and kind of show you when I get there, show you a little quick overview. But when I go in, Jeff, I'm going to go in silent. I'm not going to talk because I have a feeling those hogs are down in the bottoms within a few hundred yards of where I'm going to be hunting. So you'll be seeing me, but you won't be hearing me till hopefully this thing goes bang. We'll see.
And of course we're going to try to get a hog down on this with a spear. As you saw in my earlier video there, folks, it's not very easy to do. It's very difficult, but it's just a heck of a lot of fun. Primitive weapons, it's just something about it. I mean, this brings you back to early man, and this is what they used to bring home their meals. And you know, there's other primitive weapons out there, and maybe in a future show, I'd really like to try the addle. Have you ever heard of an addle?
I know, I've read about them.
Yeah, they're another primitive weapon I'd really like to try.
Sort of a morphed slingshot, if you will. You know, a sling.
It's a sling, but it actually throws an arrow. Yeah, they're very, very cool. So down the road, that's a very likely possibility you'll see me do that. But tonight, folks, it's the spear. We're going to try it again. This time, I hope I don't miss.
Well, have them make sure that they're actually crunching the corn when this thing goes down.
That's right.
Let's go. Probably another hour or so. We'll be out there with them. So we'll pick back up in the woods. What do you say?
Yep. We'll let these sprinkles pass by, and we'll meet you back here. We'll be sitting in the blind. So, folks, stay tuned here on our Sportsman's Life. More fun coming your way.
Round 2, here we go. Let's see if we can't get one tonight with a spear. Lots of fun here on A Sportsman's Life. We like to do things the hard way sometimes. It's all fun. Luke is out with the Dragon Claw. 50 cal. I'm open to your shot. And I'm taking on the spear tonight. At my father's recommendations. I called him earlier. I said, Dad, hog hunting tonight, bow or spear? He laughed. He said spear. Well, Dad, this one's for you. Maybe we'll get on one. Stay tuned, folks, here on Sportsman's Life. Thermocell.
Folks, I tell you what, the Dragon Claw did its job. That little 240 grain bullet did its job. That's probably a sow that's about to drop some pigs. Let's get up there a little bit closer. Looks like I've got some really good eating right now. Put that rascal on the meat pole here in just a little bit. Well, folks, we have a good fat sow right here. Probably, I'm going to guess 135 pounds if I had to put money on a bet. I bet it weighs about 135, 140 pounds. Good and fat. It's going to make some good back straps. Made a good shot. I'll bring the camera in a little closer and give you a good close-up shot. But right there is where we shot the hog. They don't run when you hit them here. I've got my work cut out for me, but I'm happy. So let's take a little close look, and I'll start quartering this rascal up in the woods and probably finish him up back at camp. So here I go.
That's an interesting trail cam picture. Mr. Luke with his video camera, so I heard a shot. Maybe he's got something down. No luck here. The feeder didn't go off over here, but I've got corn on the ground, so we may wrap it up here shortly and head back and see what's going on back at camp.
Folks, this is a good fat sow and good bullet placement for killing hogs right there. Close shot, probably 50 yards. The Seneca Dragon Claw, folks, is a hog gun too. Not just shooting air bolts, also shooting those 220 grain bullets. Anyway, I've got my work cut out for me. That's your shot placement though, folks, for dropping hogs right there. A head shot is good if you can make it, but right there, if you've got from the top of its back, down another, 3 or 4 inches below where that bullet hit. They don't run when you hit them here. Well, hello my friends, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton, and welcome to our little cooking segment today. You know, a lot of us that hunt deer kind of stick with recipes that we've used for years and years. Chicken fried backstrap. Nothing wrong with that. Some of us make barbecue out of our venison. But have you ever thought about corning your venison? Now, do you like a Reuben sandwich? I guess that would be the kicker. Or do you like corned beef and cabbage? Well, if you do, you need to think about corning some venison. And that's what we're going to do today. I have all the ingredients ready. And trust me, this is not rocket science. It's really, really easy to do. You need a couple of, or as many as you want. I've got a couple of round roast here. 2 of them. They're 3 pounds a piece. I put a little stockinette on them to kind of keep them together through this process. You need some, this is from Butcher Packer Supply. I'll give you a close-up of it here in a minute. But basically this is mixes with 2.5 gallons of water. The official name is just corned beef seasoning mix from Butcher Packer Supply. It costs just a few bucks, but you can go online to butcher-packer.com or just Google Butcher Packer Supply. So you need this, and then you need the little packet of cure that comes with it. This constitutes a kit, and it'll cure a whole lot more meat than we've got. About we got about 6 pounds here of round roast that we're going to turn into corned venison. But basically, this is a little plastic vat that we're going to overnight. It takes only 24 hours with this meat in this solution to turn it into corned venison. Now this is an injector needle. You don't have to have one this big or this fancy. This is one of the Morton needles, a really good one. But you basically mix the ingredients in this 2.5 gallons of water, folks. Mix it really, really well. Suck it up in this and pump it into this. You want to load these roasts up until they're fully loaded with the cure. Put them in the refrigerator in this for 24 hours. And then what I'm going to do, rather than slow cook these in water for 3 or 4 hours, I'm going to put them in my pressure cooker for about an hour and turn these into some of the most tasty corn venison pieces that you can imagine. And then you've got that, it's pre-cooked. If you want to smoke it a little bit, you can. You can put it in your smoking Tex electric smoker or whatever if you want smoked corn venison, but I just want the real corn venison boiled, that you make Reuben sandwiches out of. So let me get away from the camera and show you what all these ingredients look like. But do remember, you're going to need this Butcher Packer Supply, the corned beef mix, and I don't know what it's less than $10. It doesn't cost much, but there's enough in this mix to do, oh gosh, probably 2 or 3 times this much meat. So let me give you a close-in look at this and you can see what we're dealing with. So folks, here's our little 3-pound top round roast. These are going to be so good, going to make some really good corn venison. Here's the little packets I was telling you about. Butcher Packer Supply, that's the seasoning there in this one. And then this one is the cure. Of course, here's the needle, a up close look at it. The injector needle. And we've got the vat over here. So what do you say I mix all these ingredients, mix the two, the cure and the seasoning, up in the water, and then we'll simply load these little roast, if you will, up with the cure and the seasoning, put them in the vat and let it set 24 hours, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. What do you say? Okay folks, here we go. Here's our corned venison. Of course, it had spent 24 hours in the solution that I showed you, and about an hour and 45 minutes in the pressure cooker. This is really, really tender corned venison. So what do you say we take some of these little pieces here, put them on some rye bread with some Swiss cheese, Thousand Island dressing, and a little sauerkraut, and make us a tasty Reuben sandwich or 3. What do you say? And folks, here is the finished product. Let's take a look at this Reuben. I really do wish I could pass some of this through to you to sample, but you can make it just like this. It's really easy. Just follow these instructions, and remember, Butcher Packer Supply is where you can get the curing salt and the seasonings to turn this into one fine meal, or I should say many fine meals. So it's time for old Luke to dig in. Folks, thanks for tuning in to today's A Sportsman's Life. We had a good time.
As always.
As always, and I want you to let everybody know next week we're going to have another show. Don't have a clue where we're going to be, but we're going to be somewhere. We're going to be having fun, right?
You bet. So stay tuned for another exciting adventure next week with these 2 clowns and myself. We'll have some fun, huh?
It's going to happen. See y'all next week.
And a special thanks to these fine sponsors: Air Force Air Guns, B&B Charcoal, Dallas Safari Club, Hornady, Pyramid Air, Nielsen Specialty Ammo, Sightmark, Smokin' Tex, Snap Block Hunting Blinds, Texas Raised Hunting Products, and Striper Express.